Well, hello guys, welcome back. I wanted to talk to you about Loki and admitting when we're wrong. As I was hanging off the face of the building in virtual reality, I realized that, it puts stuff in perspective because even though I couldn't die, it felt like I was in a life-threatening situation. And I thought, I judged that game too harshly. And as I told you, I kept flipping back and forth, kept thinking, well, I should have given it more of a chance. But what I was afraid of is it's very easy to lose yourself in VR and play a 1 hour session at least very easily and not think you had any time pass. I think it was about 17 minutes or something that I spent climbing that tower in the follow up part of that video. It only felt like 2 or 3 minutes. When you're that in the moment, believe me, you don't feel time passing, so I hadn't really given it a chance. And I'd become one of the people I actually don't like. Become one of the people that graphics are everything. And I don't like that. I generally don't even care about the graphics as long as I can see love and dedication is going into it. But like as I said, the developer, I think, was going under a lot of stress because they were very prickly, very antisocial. People would be bringing stuff up and they would be hostile. And then as I'm waiting for my refund and I'm looking at reviews and that, developer had completely changed the way they answered people. It was very sweet and encouraging, and if they didn't like it, that was okay. They could have their money back. And I thought, well, I've seriously misjudged this person. I thought they were this arrogant schmuck that wanted to beat the other application into the ground because that's how they were coming off, and now it's like their personality has completely changed. So either another person on the team took over answering people, like a people person, or they were just going through a rough patch in life and I judged them by how they were acting. And I thought, you know what? If this developer is going to make it, they need the financial support. So since I bought it with the store credit Oculus gave us because the Oculus is broke down there for a while, I'll go back and I'll buy it. And I've tried it and I've been really enchanted. It's never going to be Nature Treks the second. And I was wrong to expect it to be. And I was wrong not to try to see it the way they had their vision. It's like two totally different visions, art styles, everything. And if the games were just duplicates of each other, you wouldn't need both. You could just have one or the other. So they're entirely different. So if you have Nature Treks and you want guided meditation, they're both different enough. They might cover some of the same kind of landscapes, but they look like two completely different games. The guided meditation style is more cartoonish, but it's that way on purpose. They said they found out it helps people meditate if it's not like photorealistic. I don't know. I'm not a meditation expert. I've done it for decades, but I'm not like I didn't like go to school and study it or something. So it's good to admit when we're wrong. And Loki's like, you're wrong, right? And I was like, yeah. And he says, you became a graphics Nazi, right? And I was like, yeah. And he goes, you should apologize. So I wrote a review. And I said, I know I'm not the target audience, because I was also frustrated about why couldn't I do what I wanted. And I'm not the target audience. Target audience is people that can sit still. I'm not the target audience of that game. There's some free roam. There's concession for free roam, and I still don't like the light flashing in my eyes, so I said, could you please remove that? I'm photosensitive. I said, or at least have an option to shut it off. And I said, I'm well aware of the amount of work you'd have to do for a couple suggestions I made, but I think that if they did, it would appeal to a wider group of people, because it's mysterious how many people play these games on YouTube, and then you see almost nobody bothers to write a review or rate the game. And you should. I have to really, really hate a game to go out of my way to rate it badly. But then when I do, I don't have mercy. If I think you're being lazy or I think you're being a smart butt, I will just come after you with everything I have, and I will use my channel to absolutely slap you around the room. Which doesn't sound nice, but you know, there are so many developers that pour everything they have, financially, emotionally, everything else, into making games. And that is all they want to do with their life. That kind of makes you mad when you see someone come around that, you know, either they have the talent and they're lazy, or they just don't care and you're going to take what they'll give you. And, you know, you can't be like that. It's not like art for art's sake. Do you know what I mean? So, I mean, I was wrong. I and the developer are not buddies. We don't have Facebook. We don't, you know, Snapchat or whatever that is. And I was wrong about it. I was also wrong about, you know, I thought, well, we're not going to have a star because it's going to be so cold. It's still freezing cold. But Loki was being Mr. Cuddly Loki. So somehow I boiled eggs and we are pickling eggs. We colored some eggs. You can cold color eggs. I am so happy you can color eggs in cold water and color them in the fridge. It's like, I love this because I didn't feel like dragging out all this boiling water and everything else. And you can do it in the fridge. Just put the eggs, because I had chilled them, so I could crack them and make pickled eggs. And I had like 4 left over or 5 left over. And I'm like, what am I going to do with these? And Loki goes, you can color them. And they came out really nice. So that happened. And I saved the dye in case, like, come Easter, I want to dye some more eggs. Because I'm like, you know, the eggs were in there for just a couple minutes. So I saved the dye because it's in there. And it has a lot of vinegar in it. So it has preservative in it. And it's just, well, I won't save it to Easter, but you know what I mean, Ostera. It's just been nice because we're having our Ostera early, and I cooked the sausages. Well, it's kibasa, but basically that's Polish sausage. And they were fully cooked, but I cooked them, and then I had cooked bacon because Loki's like, "Can we have bacon?" Really cute. And I said, okay, we can have bacon. We can have meat feast. So tomorrow's going to be bacon, kibasi, ham, pickled eggs, hard-boiled eggs, and there's a little bit of roast beef left in there. So it's going to be like meat feast, plus brown bread, plus, you know, all the basket. I probably will walk out and like get some soda or something, but it'll be something else. And we're going to celebrate because it's going to be warmer on the weekend than it is going to be on Ostera. So we're going to celebrate when we can and when it feels like we can go out a little bit. I'm not all that big into, you know, equal day, equal night. If we feel up to it and we feel like celebrating Ostera Day, we will, but we're having a celebration today. So that works for us. And I've always felt, all my life, I felt out of sync with the holidays anyways. I feel like the holiday should be this day, not the day it is on the calendar. So we're doing what I feel is natural. Oh, and since we've been talking about VR a lot, and people have been saying, you know, they wish they could have VR, and, you know, they just can't afford it. Oculus is releasing the Oculus Go probably in May. Oculus is now owned by Facebook, in case you do not like Facebook. It's like being gradually absorbed into Facebook. And the Oculus Go is a completely independent system. It is not a phone. It is not attached to your computer. It's a completely independent VR system for $199, which is great because I checked the other units for you and they're up around $499, $699, I think, and you can get like the complete Oculus Rift, the classic one, for $399 now for a bundle, and it's like the controllers and 2 sensors. Then you end up getting a 3rd sensor, but the nice thing about the Go is you don't need all that crap that I have. You don't need a computer, you don't need the sensors, I don't think you do. You don't need any of this other stuff. I have no idea how it works. I mean, maybe there are sensors involved, but I have no idea how. So it's like, it sounds pretty exciting. I was like, I'm almost tempted to pre-order one. I mean, I have a Rift. I don't need another one. There are some people that own like 5 or 6 different headsets, but so much of the stuff ports over. To me, it's like there would have to be a go-to game on there. Like they would have to somehow mysteriously get like Super Mario Kart or something on there and not have it on the Rift. But yeah, I'm like, there weren't any titles that like really caught my eye, and I'm like, some of them work on battery packs and stuff like that, and that's okay, I don't mind, but I like being able to play for like 4 or 5 hours and not worry about being interrupted. I usually don't play a session that long, it's like an hour or less, but still, you know what I mean. But that's an option for you guys. I really wish all of you could try VR before you would jump into it, because some people do get sick, some people don't, some people love it, some people hate it. There is an adjustment period. Seems like it does something physiological to you. Not bad, but there is an adjustment to having a light box strapped to your head. With the Oculus Rift, it's awful dang heavy, so there is that adjustment of it being heavy, and sometimes it seems like the straps get tighter and it's like pressed into your head. So if you've ever seen me with weird red splotches on my head, that's why. And some people do get headaches, and some people get VR sickness when they're first adapting. It goes away within a couple sessions, but you know, do be aware of that. It's like, it seems like people either really love it or they hate it. And from what I've heard from people, if you've done like the Google Cardboard or any of the cardboard sets with your phone, it's, you know, it's light years different, but some people don't care, and some people actually like the cardboard instead, and that's another option for you if you're trying to save money. If you've already got a great phone and you're paying that phone plan, look into, like, there are tons of free apps that you could use that way, or people have been crafting their own cardboard headsets. So, you know, it's getting easier, it's getting more affordable. The Oculus Rift is actually one of the more affordable ones. The Vive and other stuff are more expensive. I think the only one that's cheaper is PlayStation. I think PlayStation's cheaper. But, you know, it's not for everyone. Not everyone's going to like it. It's kind of like Loki. You're either going to love it or you're going to hate it. There's probably not going to be any in between. A couple people will be meh, but not too many. But yeah, admitting when we are wrong is an important thing. And Loki was like, okay. So I did my apology, and I admit to you guys I was wrong. And we have to, because we all go through stuff like that. Like, I thought somebody was so nice on Facebook, and I can't even remember why we became friends. And I didn't find out until they posted something about these kids are brats, these kids that, you know, all their friends were shot, that they were spoiled little brats. I didn't find out they had unfollowed me. They still wanted to be friends for some strange reason, or they had unfriended me, but I was following them, or some kind of strange thing. And I blocked that person. I'm like, well, if you think children protesting because they're getting killed in schools is offensive, then we don't need to know each other publicly. I don't know what's wrong with you. I really don't care if you don't like children protesting, which is their, you know, government given right, then we don't need to be friends. So, yeah. And if I do, usually if I block people, it's because they're really super offensive. But if I unfollow people, it's because I'm either having a panic attack or, you know, sometimes it gets worse. So if I do that, it's usually nothing personal. Sometimes people, stuff they're into, it's like, it seems like it aggravates my depression or anxiety and it makes it worse, and I like the person well enough, but I just can't take that. So it's never anything I do to be personal or spiteful to people, though I'm well aware some people probably don't like it, but it's like, I can't sometimes. Like, if I'm having a day where I'm barely holding on and I have to go play VR to, you know, chill out, to get rid of the anxiety and depression, then that's not the day to go on Facebook and, like, see something that just for some reason aggravates me. So, I hope you guys are doing well. We're going to be celebrating, oh god, it's like going on 2 in the morning. We're going to be celebrating Ostera early, so we're going to kind of absorb everything else into it. And we're going to celebrate later today. I'll probably be getting up like late this afternoon, but we're going to be celebrating. And then by the time Ostera comes, we'll be kind of comfy and well fed and we'll be happy. And I will see you guys later. Bye-bye.